Hi everybody, it's Donna. I just found out I need to make a sympathy card, so I thought I'd probably just make it together, see what we can come up with. I was looking in the closet and I found this old Stampin' Up set, and I thought this iris looked pretty. So I think I'm going to use that for my focal image and see what we can come up with here. Okay, I'm going to use a white card base. I'm going to cut this at 5.5. We're going to make an A2 size card. And then of course we'll score it. But I don't think I am going to score it. If my lights blink off and on, it's because we're having a thunderstorm right now. And so you'll probably hear the rumbling in the background. And we'll just score this up. And I'm going to use, I think I'll do some purple. And I'm going to do this one a 1/4 inch smaller, so this will be 5.25 by 4. Let's see. Okay. And then I have this pretty paper here I found, and this was from a paper stack. I'll get it out in a little bit and get the name of it. But I think it's really kind of pretty, so I'm going to do this one at 5. Oh, I'm just going to make that 5 by 4, 3 3/4. And see how that looks on top of that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, good. And that's a really pretty sparkly paper. Let me see if I can find that paper pad. Yeah, it's this one here. The Collage Art Stack. This has got some really pretty papers. Look at this. And this is a die cuts with a view. This is going to make a pretty wedding album, I think. So, but I found this was a piece I had been using. Okay, so now we need to stamp our focal image. And I've got another piece of white. And I'm going to use some Memento. Pretty. Okay. Now let's do some coloring. This is just a Tombow. I'm not going to use my Bics or alcohol inks. I'm just going to make this with the regular Tombows. I really like these Tombows. They're so old. But they make, I don't know, they seem to work well for me. I'm not a colorist by any stretch of the imagination, but I think we could probably make this decent enough. And I'll just go around. Iris is a pretty flower. Don't know if you're on camera or not, but we'll find that out later when I go to edit. Okay, I think that's got those. And we'll take a darker purple and give us a little shading inside. And you can still do a little shading with the regular markers. They don't always have to be your alcohol. And like I said, when it comes to my artwork, it's the thought that counts. It certainly isn't the talent. But it's a rumbling here. Okay. And I'm just going to give a little bit of more of this light, kind of counteract some of this dark. And hopefully the lights stay on long enough for me to finish this. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and I'm going to just dab a little bit of yellow in the middle here. And it's really kind of like over the purple, so it's not going to show up a bright yellow. But it's just enough to give you a hint of a center in the middle of this flower. Alright, now let's try some leaves here. And I'm sorry, I'm left-handed, so as you see, my problem when I do this is I drag my hand over everything I've already just colored. Fortunately, most of this doesn't run, so we're good there. But I spent most of my school years with a black or a purple left hand, either if I was using pencil or pen. I'm just going to take a little of this darker one and give a little shading on one side here. This gives it a little dimension, and we'll just maybe make this okay. I think that will be just fine. So now I'm going to cut this one. And what I'm going to do is just kind of make a border around it a little bit. And this is, let's see, it would be 4 3/4. So if I do about 4 1/2 here, and then make the border the other side about the same. Well, let's do this first. See what I can get. Oops, sorry, I wasn't in the frame. See what I can get for a measurement here. Maybe just a little here. And that looks pretty even top to bottom. And let me just even it off side to side. I'm not really measuring here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see how that fits. Alright, fits good side to side. I'm going to take a little bit more off the top and bottom. Let's see how we're doing. Good. See, it's a little more white on the bottom, but that's where my sentiment is going to go, so it really won't make a difference. So let's put that part together. use the ATG. Layer this one, and I've got ink on the card. It's a good thing I'm going to put a sentiment there. How did I do that? Oh, terrible. Let's try that again. Okay, better. Because I don't know where I got that from. And one more, we'll layer it onto the white card in the right direction. Oh, wait a minute. A little ink. Well, all right. Now let's take a little piece and we'll fix that. This is another little Stampin' Up! Stamp. With Sympathy. Well, you know, what I have is ink on my fingers. Let's try again. Okay, good. Now we'll cut this out. And we're going to cut it quite close to the words. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little piece of my purple and mount it on it. And I'll use this little tape runner. It's easier, I think, to handle. And to give it a little border. And we'll give it one on the other side. I put it down the bottom so I can keep it straight. There we go. We'll bring our card back, and that's going to go right here. So it's going to cover up our little ink spot. There you go. I think that's pretty. I think on the inside what I'm going to do is take another piece of this. Let's see. Yeah, we'll line a little piece of this in here and then put our white mat on the top of it so that we can I'm going to do this one 3 3/4. No, I think I'll do it a little just under the 4. Let's see how that works. Oh, that's going to be just fine. So we'll put that in the middle. And I'm not going to put the white mat in right now because lots of times what I will do, because as I mentioned, I drag my hand over everything I write, I will computer generate my inside sentiment, and so then I will just do that on white cardstock and add that to the top of this mat. There you go. Very quick and easy, very pretty sympathy card. Thanks for stopping by. I think tomorrow we'll make a birthday card. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.